camera. And after I did that show, I turned to my mom and I said, because there were commercials on TV that said, you can be anything you want. You can be a fireman, you can be a policeman. So I turned to my mom and I said, can I be an actor when I grow up? And she said, yes. And I said, well, that's what I'm gonna do. And I did. 31 years later, I'm still doing it.
I was very young as well. I was probably about 5, 6, 7 in there, and the neighborhood kids would get together and put on a play. And eventually they all stopped doing it, and I kept doing it, so I just stayed with it. I was just doing it since I was young.
Voilà, donc lui, il a dû commencer vers l'âge de 5, 6.
Il est vraiment comme ça dans la vie, ou pas du tout?
So he was explaining that his favorite scenes in Bones are not the times you're fooling around in the lab with Zach or if you're with Angela, but when you're with Angela's dad. And he'd like to know what parts of that character is fiction and what part of that character is real.
It's all real. He tortures me every time he comes back. Everyone wants him back, and I'm always like, no, don't bring him back. Don't bring him back. No, he's actually really, really fun, and we have a lot of fun together. I always get very excited when Angela's dad is going to be there to tattoo me somewhere else or something. So he's going to be back again and again. You'll keep seeing him come back again and again. Thank you.
C'est bizarre que vous ayez tourné sur le plateau de Bones.
So this is a question for you, Eric and TG. He was wondering, you guys do a lot of weird experiences on the show, and he wanted to know what was for you the worst one or the weirdest one.
Oh, the weirdest and worst one was when we made this. I think it was a turkey or a chicken, and we put ambrosia salad in it.
Oh yeah, I remember
and,
that.
Oh right, that one. And it had to shoot out at our face. So we got ambrosia salad all over our face, and then we weren't able to clean it up because we had to do like other angles of shooting on us. So we had to sit down in our chairs with our jackets on, with ambrosia salad all over us, and that was the worst. Because we just had to wait till the scene is over so I can get this off my face. And I don't like ambrosia salad, so that made it even worse.
Donc en fait il explique qu'il pense que la scène la plus terrible c'est la scène où il semble que c'est une dinde qui est remplie d'une salade, on va dire à peu près l'équivalent de la macédoine. Et donc cette macédoine doit être projetée lors d'une explosion sur leur visage, et ils ont dû rester là assis pendant des heures, le temps qu'ils prennent absolument tous les angles, alors que bon, ils n'aiment pas cette salade et que c'était vraiment dégoûtant. Et il n'avait qu'une seule envie, c'est que la scène finisse de tourner pour qu'ils puissent se nettoyer.
Went bad, and Eric and I had to shower together to get decontaminated. That was probably the worst one for me.
Donc pour lui, l'expérience la plus désagréable a été l'expérience justement qui se passe mal et qu'il doit se doucher donc avec Eric.
If you watch that episode again, that shower was fast. that alarm went off, and you saw the alarm going off for everybody else, and then all of a sudden we show up in towels. And it's like, wow. And we went into the shower with clothes on. I play NBA 2K12. I'm almost done with my third complete 82-game season. I was out in the first round, the first 2 seasons, and I'm trying to win the championship. And my other game that I love is Settlers of Catan, which I play the real board game, not the video game.
Experiment. I don't know if it's aired yet. I don't know if I should say. I don't know if it's aired yet, but I have a giant cannon that is the entire length of the lab that I get to actually hit. And Brendan and I, Dr. Brendan and I, blow up a body with this giant cannon. So that's my favorite experiment. Yeah.
Donc son expérience préférée, c'est, mais il ne sait pas si l'épisode est déjà passé en fait. Donc la jeune fille demande, donc il fait beaucoup d'expériences différentes, notamment celles qui sont très crades, et elle voulait savoir quel était le mot le plus difficile qu'il a eu à prononcer.
Thank you for asking that. Where's your dad?
All the way in Acapulco.
Oh, wow, amazing. Okay, first of all, I don't keep a straight face when that stuff happens. You should see us behind the scenes. It's take after take after take, and we're laughing through most of it. So the fact that I'm ever in a scene not laughing amazes me. It's clearly good editing on the show. And the one of the words, probably Spodoptera nithigalian tetranychus. Yeah.
You guys seems to get along very well on the set, and I would like to know if you prank each other. I would like to know if you make jokes to each other, if you make pranks, you know.
Yes, we have a lot of practical jokes on the set. I remember there was one day where we were called into work. We weren't supposed to be working. It was myself, Tamara, Michaela, and maybe down there. And we were called in. They said they had to add a scene, and we had to be on the lot right away. And so we came running in, and they got us into a wardrobe and handed us a scene and said it's an important scene where you lift this this top off of a chest, and there's a head in there. So we were like, okay. So we came running in, and the cameras were all set up, and we came in, and we were doing the scene, and we lifted the top, and David and Emily had crawled underneath and stuck their heads through. So as soon as we lifted it, they both yelled, and they were both like, ah! You know, we all just jumped back, and it was terrifying. Oh, they did. Yeah, so but there's a lot of jokes like that. We're always kind of getting each other in some way. Thank you for asking. Man, it was crazy. There was a day that there was a guitar sitting off to the side, and I picked it up, and Billy came over and started giving me guitar lessons. It was pretty amazing. So, yeah, I think he'll definitely be back. You'll see lots of him.
Excited to be there. We were there for maybe 15 hours, and when they said you're done, I was like, already? Because it was like my first show I'd ever done, and I was so excited, and I was like, we're done already? And the very idea that when you finish a scene, that's it, you never do it again. It's coming from a theater background, that was crazy.
Bonus set was with Michaela Conlon, who plays Angela. I had worked with her on a TV show called MDs that she had done, and it was with David Boreanaz, and he and I had done a TV show. I was on Angel with him, where I played his lawyer on Angel. So I got to work with the two of them. So for me, it felt like I was just working with a bunch of friends, and it hasn't stopped being like that every day since.
She'd like to know if you're going to come back in Bones.
No, she isn't.
Time will tell. Time will tell. Zach hasn't been around the last 2 seasons, which means when and if he does come back, he's going to have a lot of stories to tell, I think.